your vitamin A unless you're willing to supplement. If you're vegan, you can always use fish liver or fish oil, but vegetarian. But if you're vegan, you're going to have a problem because there's no vitamin A in plants. There's beta-carotene, which is similar, but it has to be processed in order to be converted to vitamin A. So butter, dairy, organ meats, fish, these are your fish livers especially, those are going to be your best sources of vitamin A. Got to move, David. Thank you so much, buddy, for calling, and thanks for the kind words. I appreciate it. All right, let's go to Canada and welcome Nigel to the Brightside. What's up, Nigel?
Hey, Ben, I'm calling in for my wife.
Okay.
She's 36 years old.
Okay.
She has possible endolymphatic hydrops or
no.
fluid buildup in the inner ear causing
Okay, now endolymphatic means it's inside the lymph, right? Hydrops means some kind of fluid buildup, and that's exactly what you're saying, right? She got it in the inner ear?
Possible. Like, they haven't figured it out, but that's like the leading idea about it right now.
Is she? She does have the vertigo. She's dizzy, that kind of thing.
Yeah. She's had 4 episodes in the last 7 years.
Okay.
She got it like 3 months after flying for the first time at the age of 30.
Okay. What else does she have? She's got to have something else going on. By the way, endolymphatic hydrops, which is also called Meniere's disease, is most of the time doctors will tell you it's idiopathic. Idiopathic means they don't know what the heck is causing it.
Yeah.
So, well, I'm telling you what's causing it. When you got pressure or fullness or fluid buildup, you got something attacking the body, period. Endolymphatic means that there's a fluid buildup. That means the immune system has been activated. Okay? So she's got to have something else going on because you can't just treat endolymphatic hydrops, Meniere's disease, vertigo, whatever you want to call it, unless you address the causes. She's got to have some kind of autoimmune problem, maybe diabetes, anything that you know of?
No, we've been doing a pretty good job following your show, like no dairy, no gluten.
That's what you're doing. It's what you're not doing that counts. What you're doing is great, but there's something missing. What other symptoms does she have? She's got to have something else, and if you don't know, then you got to find them. Now, what you can do is you can treat her generally, which is always going to help, and that's digestion, blood sugar, and adrenal stress. I'll tell you about that here in a minute. But what you really want to do to address the problem is figure out what other things are going wrong in the body. And I know I've said this before, but I'll say it again. It's like you have a painting. If you have a big canvas and you have a white canvas, you put one drop in the middle of the canvas, a drop of paint in the middle of the canvas, you don't have anything. But if you start to put more drops, eventually a picture will start to emerge. Eventually you'll start to see, maybe if you put 3 or 4 drops, you can maybe create a river or birds or trees or a mountain. The more drops you have of paint, the more sample spots you have, the more data you have, the more clear your picture is going to be. We just have one drop if we have Meniere's disease. That's just one drop on our canvas. That doesn't tell us anything. Now, I can tell you there's probably some other breakdown going on in the body, and if you just want to handle it generically, focus on digestive health, number one. That means probiotics, the biolumin nightly essence, digestive enzymes, apple cider vinegar, all the digestive supplements we talk about on the program. Secondly, stabilize the blood sugar with more protein, less refined carbohydrates, and then use sugar metabolizing nutrients, the B complex, magnesium, vitamin E. We've talked about these a lot. And then thirdly, stabilize the adrenal glands, which are your stress glands, using vitamin C, zinc, adrenal extracts, the B complex, vitamin B12, deep breathing, relaxation techniques, what I call hot tub therapy, where you sit in a bath or a hot tub and just relax and breathe deeply. All of these are very important for the adrenal glands. But more importantly, Nigel, what I would be doing is focusing really hard on what else is happening in the body so that we can get an entire picture. And if you don't know, that doesn't mean it's not there. That means you just don't know. So what you got to do is you got to place great attention on all kinds of symptoms, digestive symptoms certainly, but maybe movement disorder symptoms, jitteriness, maybe anxiety, maybe problem sleeping. Anything you could do, any symptoms you could find will give us a greater picture, a more detailed picture of what's happening in the body. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Do you think having her tonsils and adenoids would have anything to do with it?
Did she have it out recently?
No, when she was 11, she had a really bad...
No, but the fact that she had her tonsils out tells me that something was getting into her body. The tonsils are part of your immune system, and when the tonsils get inflamed, that usually means there's a bunch of crap that's been building up in the body. So that tells me that she had a problem ever since she was a little girl, probably a food problem. So this is where that's a good clue, though. That's a very good clue. I wouldn't say it had something to do with the tonsils, but I'd say both the tonsils and the Meniere's disease are related to the same problem, and that's toxins that are getting into the body. The number one place is through food. I'd be focusing on food, Nigel, because because it sounds like that's where the problem is lying. And no surprise there. That's usually where the problem is. But the fact that she had a tonsillectomy at a young age, at the age of 11, tells me that it's been going on for a long time.
What about getting the lymphatic system moving more? Would that help?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, 100%. Getting on a rebounder, running, that's great point, Nigel. Anything you could do to improve the movement of fluids through the lymph. Remember, the lymph doesn't have a pump. The lymph is exactly the same, not exactly, but very similar to the blood system. In fact, it's part of the circulatory system, except for one problem, one difference. It doesn't have a pump. Your heart has a pump, and so the blood will circulate around via the action of the pump. When it comes to the lymph, you're the pump. We're the pump. Our muscular movement and deep breathing also helps pump the lymph. So deep breathing can help move the lymph around, and it can also help with the adrenal stress, and then also getting on a rebounder, walking, running, doing any kind of aerobic exercise, any kind of exercise really will improve the movement of lymph. I hope that helps, Nigel, because we're just flat out of time. Sorry if we left you on hold. Please call back tomorrow, and we'll get you first up. Tell our call screener we left you on hold. Thanks so much, folks, for listening. I'm Pharmacist Ben. If you want to check out my website, it's brightsideben.com. We've got a shopping cart with all the longevity products. We also have a Join the Team link that you can click on. And I encourage you to check out my blog, pharmacistben.com, as well. Tomorrow we'll continue talking about the aging pigment, lipofuscin, and what you can do to help the body, help flush lipofuscin out of the body. And then we'll tell you about a really interesting nutritional supplement that you can get in a couple of longevity products that's very important for brain health as well as for helping remove lipofuscin out of the body. All right, that's all the time we have for today. I'm Pharmacist Ben. So we'll talk to you all later, folks. Have a wonderful, beautiful, spectacular day. Bye-bye for now.
If you're worried about your health and you're tired of the nasty side effects of harsh drugs or antibiotics, then look no further. Supernatural Silver is the answer. Supernatural Silver is a powerful immune system enhancer that can be used every day to help keep you healthy and well with none of those nasty side effects. It's extremely safe for use internally as well as topically. And Supernatural Silver is hundreds of times more effective than colloidal or ionic silver. It is perfect for use in the sinuses, eyes, ears, and on any wound or skin issue. Supernatural Silver is also extremely effective when taken orally and can help fight off bacteria, viruses, and mold that may be overwhelming your immune system. Go to supernaturalsilver.com, supernaturalsilver.com, and use the promo code SILVER2014 for 20% off of your entire order and give yourself and your loved ones a fighting chance with Supernatural Silver.
Great news, pure water lovers. BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com has a special discount offer for all GCN listeners. You can't do better than a Big Berkey for economy. For only 1.7 cents a gallon, a single set of filters can last for 5 to 10 years. There's none better than a Big Berkey for emergency preparedness as a backup water source. And you just can't beat a Big Berkey to remove dangerous chlorine, all types of fluoride, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, parasites, and unhealthy byproducts from municipal water. Berkey water filter systems are even powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. For the gold standard in water filters, get a Big Berkey at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. And all GCN listeners get 5% off all ceramic filter systems. For details, call 1-877-99-BERKEY. That's 877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.